apparently this pressure been building. Chris Rock been beefing with Jada and her whole family, and it's been a public thing, and yada 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 yada. The reality of the situation is that happened 6 years ago, and Will Smith and Jada were in a very different place. And oh my goodness, just to see the fall from grace it's humbling to a certain extent. Like, I remember when Hitch came out and made perfect sense. And what bothers me is the situation with Chris Rock, it wasn't about Chris Rock. It was a compilation of everything. That was a fake laugh from Will at the time with Regina. Chris got caught. Regina slapped too. Along with August, the millions of people that were fucking making fun of them on TV. Jada. It's just the discourse be so ridiculous as we try to justify, like, you feel me, the situation of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock with somebody else's slap. You feel me? Cause that's what this really all deteriorates down to. Will Smith has been needing to slap somebody.
Got a lot of habits. Don't do a lot of laughing. Chewing shit.
Y'all remember when Will and Jada was like the example, the archetype of a family? And now come to find out, no, they're not. Cause now I don't remember the last time that they made headlines and it didn't piss people the fuck off. And this is no different. So Chris Rock is presenting an award at the Oscars. I'm just going to put a clip of everything that he said.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay.
He's already talking about married couples. Like, I think there's so many aspects of this. Where do I start? I don't know. I typically say I don't be caring about what happens. I care that Will Smith fucking slapped Chris Rock, but also I find myself inclined to speak about, you feel me, what the overall, the narrative surrounding situations and shit be, you feel me, the comments and stuff that come out from situations and how the public reacts to them and things of that nature. So apparently this pressure been building. Chris Rock been beefing with Jada and her whole family, and it's been a public thing, and yada 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 yada. Now let's rewind it back. So Chris Rock, he makes a joke about this couple who's both competing for who both are nominated for this Oscar. We're talking about husband and wife situation in the Oscar for best actor, actress, whatever. Will is nominated. I mentioned Will, who is sitting next to his wife. I comment on his wife. Says, I can't wait to see you in the next G.I. Jane movie. Okay, so this is where the public discourse starts to piss me the fuck off. So Jada Smith suffers from alopecia. Because of she has an autoimmune problem that leads to her suffering from alopecia. And because of it, she is bald. And that is the commentary that Chris Rock was, like, Chris Rock was making a commentary on her being bald by associating her with G.I. Jane, who is a popular character, female, that is bald. The joke was pretty funny. I heard somebody say Will hit harder than the joke did, and it's like, yeah, it definitely wasn't as funny as the Rihanna panties joke from 6 fucking years ago.
Jada's gonna boycott the Oscars. Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited.
That shit was funny, but like it was pretty funny. I think my first problem is people making it seem, I keep hearing people say that fucking Will Smith was taken up for his sick wife. Okay, I understand. I said she has an autoimmune problem. That only results in her balding. And I know I say she has alopecia. That is just a word that means balding. Blanket term. And that is the first thing that was just pissing me off about this fucking discourse, because we made it seem like Chris Rock was on stage talking about a fucking cancer patient. Like if we're gonna talk about circumstances, situation wise, what he said about Rihanna's panties was way more disrespectful. She's trying to boycott the Oscars for a legitimate reason, and then he goes to the Oscars and says you weren't fucking invited. Like, that was funny, but like from a moral standpoint, that is way more offensive than this. And nobody was slapped. There was no comments about it or nothing like that. The reality of the situation is that happened 6 years ago, and Will Smith and Jada were in a very different place. And oh my goodness, just to see the fall from grace it's humbling to a certain extent. Like, I remember when Hitch came out and made perfect sense to everybody. Can you imagine if Will Smith came out with Hitch 1 right now? Not even looking at the movie itself, which is a phenomenal film. I'm a really big fan of Will Smith as an actor. It's just, bro, either keep your affairs in order or keep them off my television. You feel me? Because nobody asked for Red Table Talk, which it seems like, okay, so I don't watch Red Table Talk, but I feel like as a person who doesn't watch Red Table Talk, I feel like I'm justified in making the statement that I'm making, and that is, they only get national attention when they're ruining marriages. Only time you hear, unless you are an avid fan and keep up with it on a schedule basis, you are going to hear about it when Jada is embarrassing Will specifically. Not like if Jada decides she wants some ratings, she's going to say something that can be clipped in a way to be understood as disrespect to Will, because she knows that that's going to go viral, which I think people need to understand. It's a monetized platform. So she is making money off of these views and clicks off of her husband being embarrassed. Or it's Aisha Curry coming out and saying that people respect her husband too much to holler at her, and that makes her uncomfortable. Oh, you're taking things out of context. You're taking things out of context. Did y'all just learn what the internet was yesterday? Y'all just start watching TV yesterday? Y'all knew goddamn well when y'all said the motherfucking shit that y'all said that it could and would be taken out of context, especially when you're talking about your marriage and also married to fucking superstars. But we're not going to talk about what that does to their brand. How that affects them, because when you're an entertainer, public perception matters, and public is going to perceive things. Oh, well, they should have sat down and watched the whole 30-minute fucking clip. We don't give a fuck what you have to say. That's why we sat down and watched a 2-minute clip and still took it out of context, still misunderstood it on purpose. And you know that that's how, like, you know that's how we rock, bro. Like, you know that's how the public is coming. So when you decide to use your platform in order to do what you do, and then it blows up, making you more money than it would have if it didn't, because of misunderstandings, I can't just assume you had no idea it would be misunderstood. Like, this is your first time interacting with the public. But I go on that whole motherfucking tangent because I'm surprised I have a whole playlist of cisgender male opinions, and I haven't gotten around to this, but I guess just during the few months I've been on YouTube, it hasn't really blown up in this capacity. I go on that long tangent and I do all that rambling to explain what the only thing that really bothered me about this situation, because like I said, this is a funny situation where a comedian made a joke and an actor did some lame shit and he got away with it because he's one of the biggest fucking superstars of our generation. Put a pin in what I was about to say. I hate how the discourse around this is making it seem like it's so bad that Will Smith got away with this violent act and da-da-da-da, making it seem like it's reflective of something else. Like, if you have to do everything Will Smith has done as consistently and at such a high standard for 30 years at the top of your field in order to get away with one slap, that the person who you slapped accepted it and apologized for his role in you slapping them. If you got to go through all of that to slap somebody at the Oscars, we don't have to really worry about this being a thing. Like, it's crazy that you hear Will Smith slap Chris Rock at the Oscars and you have to calm the public down like, hey, this isn't going to be a habit. It creates a slippery slope of how we interact with comedians, but bro, some of these comedians will beat y'all ass, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Before y'all get any ideas and decide, all right, well, I'm gonna pull a Will and I'm finna go G-check one of these comedians on stage because I don't like what they talking about. There's comedians out here. There's a DC Young Fly for every single Chris Rock that will beat the hell out of you. And I'm not saying don't fight him because, hey, sometimes you gotta stand down on your shit, but I'm just saying, understand that they will run down on your stupid ass the second you get up on that fucking stage. Some of them. The motherfucker wouldn't have tried Bernie Mac. Like that. You feel me? Oh, I was making an overall point though. Oh yeah, the one problem that I have with this situation, for real, is that this wasn't about Chris. This wasn't about Chris's joke. Regardless of what he said, he was on thin ice to get slapped and didn't even know it. Like, there was just that was the climate. You feel me? The temperature in the room was like, bro, you might could get slapped real easy. No matter what he said. Cause that was the tamest joke. Like what Regina Hall said.
Simu Liu, and wait, Javier Bardem, oh, you're still with Penelope. You know what, actually, no. Your test is fine. It says that you're married. Negative. Will Smith, you're married, but you know what? You're on the list and looks like Jada approved you, so you get on up here. Get on up here.
Where she essentially implied that, like, Jada would be cool with her trying to fuck off on Will. Like, you feel me? Like, that was disrespectful to their marriage and stuff like that. Like, there was, it wasn't so surface level. There was depth to that joke. And that's typically what, her joke was fucking funnier than Chris Rock's because of the depth that was added to it. Just like how Chris Rock's joke that was more disrespectful was funnier 6 goddamn years ago. 6 years is a long time to be holding a grudge about a joke on stage at the Oscars. Like, it just contextually, 6 years isn't a huge time to be holding on to, you feel me, bitterness, but about a joke made by a professional comedian at the Oscars while you and your wife are superstar actor and actress, yeah, that's a long fucking time. But either way, what Regina Hall said, that was way more disrespectful. And I grasp why Will didn't go on stage and slap her, but he was into it. He was into it. And what bothers me is the situation with Chris Rock, it wasn't about Chris Rock. It was a compilation of everything. That was a fake laugh from Will at the time with Regina. Chris got caught. Regina slapped too. Along with August, the millions of people that were fucking making fun of them on TV. Jada, Chris caught Jada's slap too. Like, this slap from Will Smith, he was slapping him with the angst of the last 4 or 5 years of the public just pummeling on his back. You feel me? And it all culminated in one hand to face moment, which I want to say, if you look close enough, immediately after Chris Rock gets slapped, look at his right arm.
Oh, wow.
He wanted to tee off in Will's shit. And because of how the situation was, if he had made that decision to swing back, Will wasn't prepared. Will would have caught that to the chin. And then it would have really been the best night on TV if we got to see these motherfuckers squabble. Like, I I feel like I need to verbalize Chris Rock didn't come out on the soft. He didn't come out looking like a bitch. He didn't come out looking like a pussy. He didn't come out looking like a hoe. He didn't come out looking like none of that. You feel me? He handled himself well. He handled himself well, and I don't think black men get enough credit when we do that. When somebody tries us on some shit and we don't take it there, we never get credit for that. We always, you feel me? Consistently. Like, there's motherfuckers who are going around right now propagating this idea that Will Smith would beat Chris Rock's ass, which, like, we don't fucking know, but that's the thing. We don't fucking know, and this situation doesn't teach us more in one way or another. And when we continue to, like, address these type of situations like this, next time something like this happens, Chris Rock gonna put in a call. Or not Chris Rock specifically, but the next black man who possesses the wherewithal to be like, you know what, I'm gonna chill on this. It's not worth it. He's just being emotional. This is a misunderstanding. That next black man gonna do something to that man, because otherwise the whole public gonna be talking like you a bitch. And that's dangerous. Like, that's the thing. It's not like, all right, you just walk around with your chest out and, like, you feel me, like nobody, like you feel me, nobody could bully you just cause it's fun. It's cause if you don't seem like nobody could bully you, somebody gonna fucking bully you. You feel me? And I feel like it's very dangerous when we as a society can't compliment and can't, like, you feel me, congratulate, at least acknowledge when a black man made the right decision as it pertained to not taking it there. And it bothers me so much because, like I'm saying, the one thing that bothers me about the situation on the whole, because it is just funny. What happened is funny. Some of the discourse associated with it is souring the jokes, but, like, it is just funny. But what bothers me is that Chris caught this slap. Will should have been slapping every fucking body. It bothers me Will only slapped Chris Rock. Chris didn't do nothing above and beyond. I could spitball 50 people that Will should have slapped before Chris Rock. And like I say, Jada is on that list. She's so much of the reason why you are being treated in a way that would cause your mental state to deteriorate to the point to where you would fucking slap Chris Rock at the Oscars. Like, bro, when I got that notification to my phone, I should have thought it was a typo, but so much stupid shit has been going on as it relates to Will and Jada that I knew that it was true. They're turning into a parody of themselves. And it is because she has this monetizable platform that she talks about all sorts of important, necessary stuff that matters to women and her that she should be able to, but she does it in a way, she talks about it in a way that leaves the door open for misinterpretation in a way that's damaging to her husband. Like, I just feel like she needs to be more mindful of how she gets her points across, how she gets her stories out. Be more specific in what you're talking about if it's not supposed to be taken as disrespect to Will Smith, if it can be, because you know that we all know who he is in his relationship to you, and he matters to us. So if he matters to you, we would think that you would at least help us to avoid the miscommunication. And my thing is, have some of the things been taken out of context? Yes. You should not leave room for a 3-minute unedited clip that sounds like you're saying your husband can't fuck you the right way to be on the end. Like, that shouldn't exist. If you're going to put 27 minutes around it explaining it, cool. But, like, if you shouldn't have a platform where I could rip 180 straight seconds, 3 straight minutes of you talking about your husband and it sounds disrespectful. Because you know that's what the internet's going to do. So you can't be mad at the internet for doing that without at least being mindful of trying to prevent, like, you feel me, the internet from being able to do that. Especially when the internet does that, you make more money than when they don't. And that's what bothers me, is that Chris Rock caught Jada's slap. I'll say it. Will should have slapped the shit out of Jada, and instead he decided he was going to hold on to that for all this time until he could finally Hadouken fucking Chris Rock. Like, this is so reminiscent of fucking Birdman pulling up on Charlemagne the God, bro. Like, I'm the radio guy. I'm the comedian. You feel me? Like, it's like what 50 Cent was like, what Floyd saying fuck me for? It was that nigga that was fucking your wife. You feel me? Like, why does it fuck me for? Like, this falls into line with those same situations. Like, Charlamagne, like, bro, did you pull up on Rick Ross like this? Did you pull up on these other guys like this? No? You just pulled up on the guy whose job it was to talk about the shit? Alright, cause we don't know how ratings work. Motherfuckers talking like, I heard I didn't hear this. I read a tweet. Like, Chris Rock was there to present an award and that's it. I'm not gonna go into why that's fucking stupid. But it's just the discourse be so ridiculous as we try to justify, like, you feel me, the situation of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock with somebody else's slap. You feel me? Cause that's what this really all deteriorates down to. Will Smith has been needing to slap somebody. Which, by the way, I could kind of understand him trying to tie it into the whole King Richard thing. If you're wondering, King Richard was a phenomenal film. I have tweets from when I first saw it where I said, this is the best this is the best movie I've seen since, don't quote me on this, I might be over exaggerating, but maybe since The Dark Knight Rises. Like, god damn, that movie was phenomenal. I don't think me and my mom had dry eyes after the first 30 minutes at all. Which, I mean, me and my mom, like, I grew up watching, like, Venus and Serena with my mom, who was a huge fan. So there was an aspect there. You feel me? A personal aspect. Which, if y'all want a review of that, whoever is watching this, if you want me to do a review, I have the script halfway written and I put it down, cause I was like, fuck that shit. But, yeah, I'll do that. It was a great fucking movie. Like, it was, he deserved that Oscar. 100%. So much, I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. I wanted to just sit here and talk about the movie for a little while. Oh, him correlating King Richard to this situation. I don't know. Some guys were literally, some overage guys were harassing, like, Richard's underage daughter for some time. And he didn't hit nobody. He just got his ass beat. He got his ass beat. And he went and got the strap. Don't get me wrong. He did go get the strap. And right before he used it, somebody else came through and you feel me, blitzed him, took care of the situation for him. But Richard was more of a thinker, in my opinion. And I don't think that King Richard wouldn't have done what Will did. I think he would have done exactly what Will did. But I think he would have made up in his mind that he was going to do that, and that the discourse was going to be, people were going to talk about it the way that we're talking about it. There was, like, I think it wouldn't have been like, King Richard wouldn't have apologized afterwards. You feel me? Like, I don't think of him, and I'm not saying that to insult Will or anything like that. I'm just saying, I think that it kind of took away from the character a little bit. Like, making that correlation, even though it was cute for the situation, that's not the type of guy. Like, he was very patient and took advantage of certain opportunities in the moment that he could. He was very confident. There's so many aspects of who King Richard was as a character that Will Smith was playing that aren't embodied in this moment. And like I say, it was an Oscar winning performance, and it deserved to be. No, like, I don't care if people think that this was scripted, whatever it was. Will Smith deserved this fucking Oscar. And when you take this situation that is a personal situation in your life and you're not King Richard and you try to associate it to that, I think it takes away from the character. And if anybody fucking knows how I feel about my entertainment, I like my characters. Can you leave them the fuck alone, Will Smith, please? Okay, I'm sorry. I've calmed myself down. I'm just, I'm gonna do an end of the season review of Peacock so y'all can understand. Fucking Bel Air on Peacock so y'all can understand why I just lost myself for a second. But I would just appreciate it if Will Smith would leave the fucking characters that I like to be the fucking characters that I like. You feel me? Please, Will, do that for me. But yeah, I've been rambling for too goddamn long now anyway. All in all, the shit was funny. Will went and slapped Chris because he needed to slap somebody, slapped the first person that he could. It was hilarious. White people don't need to be commenting on this. There's nothing deeper about this situation. Will deserved his Oscar. Chris is a real nigga because he handled it the right way and didn't press charges. He came out and apologized. Apparently Diddy got them cool again because that's what Diddy does in our community. It's been that way for some decades now. Two black people are beefing. Just get them to go sit down with either Diddy or Jay Prince, depending on how gangster they are. If they gangsters, get them to sit down with Jay Prince. If they not gangsters, get them to go sit down with Diddy. That's just what it is. This is going to move forward. Chris Rock is getting $40 million from Netflix for his next stand-up special, and it's going to be fucking hilarious. Will Smith and Jada are doing a table talk. We don't want it, but we're going to watch it anyway. We're going to take small clips out of context, and we're going to laugh at them and make fun of them, but it's going to be monetized and make Jada a shit ton of money, and then we're going to have a whole bunch of Will Smith memes to go through the rest of the year. So I'm looking forward to that. But if you enjoy what I had to say about this, or you feel me, my content in general, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll holler at y'all next time I got some shit to say.
The microphone is my mistress, I head out, I'm just venting. Fix your mouth like a dentist and you get stopped like a sentence. These niggas pouting and bitching, I'm just counting my Benjamins. Ain't announcing my mission, I just come out with a victory.